Hi, I'm Joe Walensky from Blink, and I'm speaking with some of the many presenters who will be at our ConveyUX event in Seattle in February. Today I'm speaking with Catt Small. Hello, Catt. How are you?
Hi,
Where are you speaking to us from today?
I am in Brooklyn, New York.
All right. If you're not familiar with Kat, she's a designer and developer at Bedrock Media Ventures, which is a media production startup. In her spare time, Kat writes code and creates pixel art for video games and runs Tech Under 30, a meetup for young people in the design and technology fields. Kat's topic at the conference is Beyond Gamification, Lessons from Game Design for Engaging Users. So why don't you give us a taste of what that's going to be about, Kat?
Basically, I am coming from the background of both loving video games and user experience design, and I've noticed that there are a lot of things that we can sort of bring over, but so far it seems like gamification has been the big thing. So I am looking to share with everyone ways that we can sort of incorporate other parts of game design and development into UX design. So, things like, um, things like playtesting and creating cohesive cross-platform systems, ways that you can sort of prevent feature creep, which is a huge thing in game design and development, and also happens sometimes in user experience design. So it's really about sort of ways that we can carry over things and make user experience design a little more fun, obviously in context.
And what are some of the games that you've worked on recently?
Very recently, I've been working on a game called Al the Chemist, which is a chemistry game mainly for kids between the ages of about 7 and 17. And it's a pretty fun platformer type game where you have to solve problems using different elements and combinations of elements. I've also been working on a mobile game called Prism Shell, and that is a platform, it's like a shooter rather, that you sort of point around the screen with your finger, and it's very much about strategy.
And I was I know you do both design and also get involved in the coding of the apps. So what's it like dealing with both those parts of creating the app? Are there certain challenges involved?
Yeah, I definitely learned really quickly that it's really easy to conceptualize something, but when you actually have to go in and make it, then you start to realize, wow, this is a lot harder than I thought. So it really makes me think about the architecture of the system, which in a lot of ways is really helpful to sort of understand the back end of what you're building makes it a lot easier to design for it. So I love it.
And then I wanted to ask you also, you mentioned you're teaching a course now, and maybe you could talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I teach game development for a free initiative called Code Liberation. And basically, what we do is we bring women of different backgrounds together and teach them how to code because the number of female game developers is depressingly low right now. And we want to increase that and make women realize that game development can be a really comfortable environment to code it or to work in, and that programming is fun and that these are things that you can do even if it seems like it's not something that's accessible right now.
And where can people find out some information about that?
If you go to codeliberation.org, you can find out more information, such as like when the next events are. We have game jams, which are basically hackathons, but for games. We have classes and workshops of all different kinds, and they're all currently free.
All right, great. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with us, and we'll see you in Seattle in February.
Yay, can't wait.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Thanks.